According to archaeologists who have uncovered shimmering gold artifacts worldwide, humans have been fascinated by these objects for at least 8,000 years. It is extremely uncommon to find any metal, much less priceless gold, in archaeological sites, since metal products were regularly melted down and repurposed when they were no longer needed. This makes finding substantial gold collections from Antiquity all the more amazing. Today, in addition to the millions of dollars worth of gems the historian has discovered, we will witness some of the most amazing finds with fascinating pasts. Welcome back, everyone. In today's video, we will be sharing some fascinating historical treasures. Remember to subscribe to our channel. Lasko Cave. 4 French teens were out exploring the nearby forests in September 1940 when their dog started sniffing around a puzzling hole in the ground. The youngsters entered a huge underground cavern with around 2,000 old murals and carvings on its walls after shimmying down a stone tunnel. The shocked teenagers originally consented to explore the cavern covertly, but they later informed their schoolteacher of the discovery, who convinced a cave expert to confirm its veracity. The magnificent collection of abstract symbols and animal designs in the Lasko Cave quickly became well known throughout Europe, earning the moniker Sistine Chapel of Prehistoric Art. Many people think the cave was formerly the location of religious and hunting rites among Upper Paleolithic peoples, and historians have estimated the age of its paintings to be between 15,000 and 17,000 years old. The Xian Terracotta Army. The tomb of the first emperor of the Qin dynasty was accidentally discovered in 1974 by a group of Chinese farmers. One of the 7 men's shovels accidentally struck the head of a buried statue as they were excavating a well close to the city of Xian. When archaeologists carried out additional excavations, they learned that the men had discovered one of the 8,000 life-sized terracotta soldiers, horses, and chariots built to guard the afterlife of the 3rd century BC emperor Qin Shi Huang. The men had originally believed they had discovered a bronze bust or an ancient Buddha sculpture. The beautifully detailed soldiers in the tomb, each with a distinct face, are now regarded as some of China's most significant archaeological artifacts. A complete wheel. When clearing the roundhouses in 2016, researchers discovered the UK's most comprehensive Bronze Age wheel. The 3,000-year-old artifact had its center hub and was made of unnamed wood. The spine of a horse, an unusual animal at the time, was found close to the wheel. The discovery of the two together showed that the wheel was part of a cart pulled by the horses. The largest and best surviving wheel is 3 feet, 1 meter in diameter. However, it also disclosed fascinating details about the village. The land was then a swampy, wet place with a river. The wheel suggests that the locals had no trouble navigating the muddy terrain with a cart. Even though this is undoubtedly not a rough terrain vehicle, it provides unique insight into the technology at the time. Frontline coins. When Chris Sardison, a farmer, agreed to let a metal detectorist search his property, he didn't anticipate any fuss. Sardison had plowed the ground close to the settlement of Ewerby for more than 50 years, but he had never discovered anything. But even so, he authorized Stephen Ingram to look for loot in 2016. Ingram initially discovered a few silver coins. Things then took a crazy turn. The Lincolnshire field generated income for days. Ingram had gathered more than 1,000 silver coins from the reigns of 5 kings when things calmed down. The largest cache ever discovered in the country was at the time of civil war in England in the 17th century. The fields of Ewerby served as a front line because it was one of the worst combat zones, stretching from Grantham to Boston. The unknown is the guy who hid the riches. However, their behavior reveals the societal unrest that pervaded during the conflict between the parliamentarians and the royalists. The Leakfrith Torques. When Mark Hambleton and Joe Cania decided to give metal detecting a shot, they settled on the Staffordshire field known as Leakfrith. Kanya's metal detector found gold when the farmer granted the friends permission to fly over his land. Literally, they discovered a total of 4 Torques. Hambleton informed the Birmingham Museum about the discovery. The Torques were recognized as consisting of 3 collars and 1 smaller object that might have been a bracelet. Sometime during the 3rd and 4th centuries BC, the jewelry was created in France or Germany. They probably came to Britain as trade products or clothing worn by a wealthy immigrant. The Leakfrith Torques have been deliberately buried in a remote location. However, it needs to be clarified why that particular spot was chosen. There are no traces of old burials, houses, or evidence that Leakfrith was a site of rituals. The Venus Demilo. The Venus Demilo was buried on the Greek island of Melos for numerous centuries before it became one of the most well-known sculptures in history. Only in 1820, when a peasant named Yorgos Kentrotas was attempting to collect marble building blocks from a heap of antiquated ruins, did he unintentionally unearth the top half of the armless statue. Olivier Vautier, a French Navy commander who just happened to be nearby antiquing, was immediately drawn to the discovery. Vautier discovered Venus's draped legs in the bottom part after paying Kentrotas to assist him. Later, he convinced the French envoy to buy the statue, which was then given to King Louis XVIII and donated to the Louvre in 1821. Since then, art historians have theorized that Venus is intended to symbolize the Greek goddess Aphrodite, but they are still determining what it might have originally held in its missing arms. Darrencuyu Underground City. In Turkey's Cappadocia region, numerous underground towns were hand-carved from volcanic ash by their ancient residents. Darrencuyu, one of the most elaborate underground metropolises, has 18 levels and can accommodate about 20,000 people. Amazingly, the location was only discovered in 1963 when a local man, who was remodeling his home, tore down a wall and found a passageway leading to a massive network of stone tunnels and chambers. Excavations have revealed that Darrencuyu once had its meeting rooms, stores, freshwater wells, stables, and even strong stone doors to keep off danger. However, experts are still determining who or when built Darrencuyu. The Dead Sea Scrolls. Some of the earliest known passages from the Bible are located in the Dead Sea Scrolls, which may not have been discovered if not for a group of Arab adolescents. A group of teenage Bedouin goat and sheep herders were taking care of their flock in 1947 close to the historic city of Jericho. One of the boys threw a stone into a cave nearby while searching for a lost goat, and was startled to hear what sounded like a breaking clay pot. He entered the cave and discovered several jars filled with old papyrus scrolls. The Bedouins sold the entire collection to a Bethlehem Antiquities dealer for less than $50, while needing to be made aware of the significance of the tiny fragments of the scrolls that would later fetch millions of dollars. After academics determined the inscription's significance, a relic hunting frenzy resulted in the finding of thousands of other papyrus fragments from adjacent caverns. These items are today regarded as some of the most important archaeological finds of the 20th century, when taken all at once. That's all for this video. We will be back soon with another informative video. Don't forget to like and share this video. Until next time!